now it's God body. We eat, sleep, breathe this. Wave till they see sick. Do it right the first time, they all try to remix. Yeah, they grinded, but we grinded different. Tell them they time is ticking, but we time a fish. Bet not leave a minute, stop it. Something like the goat off in their pocket.
It's Madden NFL 23, and the focus is on Courtland Sutton. He's in the top tier of the league, 5th in receiving yards so far this season. It's the Broncos and the Raiders, and it's all up next.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on ESPN. And off we go from Denver. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
Brandon, it's always nice when you get recognized with an individual award. And he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week. But when you do it in a win, so much the better.
Absolutely. And he was all talking about that win, not so much the award he received on Wednesday.
That's a nice-looking award. I wonder if he took it home, got out of the car, showed it off to the kids in the neighborhood, passed it around.
First down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. The Broncos at 14-2 heading into this final week. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Porter. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Forced out to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. Give him 18 yards on that one. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by McManus is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the inline, so it'll come out to the 25. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, these two teams have met up in Denver earlier this season with the Broncos winning that one. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Denver.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr, catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Here's Saunders. What a spin.
And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds.
Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it. It's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, cheering each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. And I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. Yeah, this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year as his guys are able to extend their lead.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And Cortland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchdown.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense.
They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On play action, it's Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. On 1st down, Carr.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Now this airmail to the sideline. It's incomplete. There don't appear to be any flags forthcoming, maybe a little fortunate there. It's third down.
Carr to throw again. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. 10-0 the score after one. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. A pass there complete to Sutton. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Now, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Carr.
That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender. Made him
what do you mean by that, Bert?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Carr. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
Here's Carr to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there, that brings up 4th. The kick by Carlson is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the Raiders have got him. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
He's got his man on the crossing route.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Now Carr. Caught on the right side by Adams. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Play action. Now it's Carr.
That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. To try again after the sack, Carr. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Carr.
Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Now the defense is going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Carlson able to put this one through. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Bryce Hall. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one, and they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to...
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Here we go. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. 9 yards, and that leaves them just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. The kick by McManus is good, and that will do it for this first half.
Only 2 quarters of football left in the regular season. Everybody's excited to get to the playoffs, so excited that we're just going to skip right over halftime and get back to the action.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Carr now to throw. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Carr. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Yeah, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
I think that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Carr now on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And they're going to get this up to midfield. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. From midfield, here's Carr. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. Here's A.J. Cole now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Denver's offense ready to go again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Second and 4. Up the middle they go with Mostert.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And he will have the Broncos first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
And this one's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
It's caught on the right side, Williams. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
Okay, ready? Let's go. Go set.
They'll try it now with Mostert.
They find some open field here. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script. From 4th down to 1st. They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. And, you know, he may not have the franchise tag, but I bet they're relieved to have that deal done, keep him around.
And he's a good guy, a valuable player to them, and they wanted to make sure they had him around. Good team chemistry, always hard to find, and when you've got it, you don't want to let it get away.
On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. He'll get it up the middle, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver.
Javonte Williams with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
McManus's point after is good. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go.
They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Carr now on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Now Carr. And his pass incomplete. The offense on 3rd down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Carr.
On the out route, this is Adams with a catch.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. On 1st and 10, here's Carr.
Got a man, that's IU.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Again, it's Carr. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Carr going to throw. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro.
And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
Colton Miller, former first-round pick, called for the penalty there.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. One more time with Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Raiders are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yards.
Touchdown, Broncos! A great play there. 33 yards.
And the Broncos add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. So that drive there, CD, a good response, and that might be the one that gets them to the finish line, a comfortable lead.
Yeah, and that's all about not letting the team back into a game because They just gave up a touchdown. It was back to a 2-score game, and anything can happen in that situation. But instead, they came through with a really terrific drive right there that ended in 6. So you like to slam the door on teams. In this case, they're trying to lock it as well.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Carr. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. They're trying to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now a play fake. Carr. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. Now Carr, gotta have this one. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
He'll decide to keep this once more. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. He'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Max Crosby gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders heading out to take over. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And that's complete to Adams. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Carr. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Now Carr. He hits Adams complete. He'll take this to the other side of midfield. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw as this play will stand as is. Now Carr again. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. That one looks like he'll throw here. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Picked up by Bryce Hall. And the Raiders are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw taken in by Adams. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review of this being inside.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted.
Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And the Broncos are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside.